Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. He is going to be a free agent, 31 years old. The Giants saved $6.5 million by cutting him. He was entering his final year of his 5-year, $35 million contract. The Giants, good amount of savings there. DRC, not one of the younger free agent cornerbacks out there. And he has been in a corner his entire campaign, his entire career. And reportedly, the Giants wanted Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie to move to safety, and he didn't like that. Or the Giants brought up the option for him to take a pay cut. He didn't like that either. So that's why he is a free agent. Graded out as the 58th best corner, according to Pro Football Focus. So middle-of-the-pack campaign for him. He's not the #1 corner, or was not for the Giants. That'd be Janoris Jenkins. But Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie set to be a free agent there. That's a headline this morning. Let's go to the running back position. The Raiders could potentially sign Doug Martin. So he has been released by the Buccaneers. We know that. John Gruden recently met with Doug Martin and was impressed, according to reports. Martin, in the midst of essentially saving his career after rushing for fewer than 425 yards each of the past 2 seasons. But we've seen flashes with him before, particularly in his rookie season and in 2015 when he won All-Pro honors. Since then, Doug Martin has struggled to really break tackles, show elusiveness, and really any sort of burst in the run game. But apparently John Gruden willing to give this guy a chance. The Raiders, they already have Marshawn Lynch, Jalen Richard, DeAndre Washington on that roster at the running back position. So it would be interesting to see where Doug Martin would really fit on that depth chart if indeed he is signed, but obviously something to kind of monitor here. Another headline, Muhammad Wilkerson. What's the latest with him? So he visited the Packers, Saints, and Chiefs. He's got a visit with the Washington Redskins coming up. The Jets obviously cut Wilkerson after what was somewhat of a dismal campaign where he got benched in Week 15 as a result of missing a team meeting. Plenty of teams are giving this guy a chance, though, a second chance for sure, in terms of improving on his maturity and all of that. I think Green Bay would be an interesting destination. Mike Pettin is the Green Bay Packers defensive coordinator out there. And, of course, Pettin worked with Wilkerson in 2011 and 2012. And my gut instinct is Wilkerson's probably going to have to do some convincing as he goes throughout this tour here of all of these teams and all of these visits, because not a great 2017 in terms of PR for him, with some maturity problems and all that. So he's going to have to talk to all these teams, front offices, and say, look, I'm a different person. I can improve upon my mistakes that I made. So that's the latest with Muhammad Wilkerson. He's still touring about. Let's go to the latest with Joe Thomas, the star tackle for the Cleveland Browns. Is he playing? Well, with the acquisition of Tyrod Taylor, Joe Thomas reiterated how he's a big fan of the quarterback. So the speculation is perhaps he won't retire, because Joe Thomas had been mulling retirement for months now. He went through some auditions with Fox Sports and ESPN to be a commentator of some sort. So he's kind of exploring his options here, and Joe Thomas has been on the record in support of Tyrod Taylor as a quarterback. Now, it's kind of funny to think that Tyrod kind of moves the needle for Joe Thomas to actually convince him to play in the National Football League for another year, but it's certainly a possibility as a guy who's a big fan of Tyrod at quarterback. So the big question with Joe Thomas is, can he get back fully healthy after that season-ending injury in 2017? And his thinking is, well, can I play at a high level still? And I think that's something that he's going to test out. He did survive 10,363 consecutive snaps until that injury last year. So if there's anybody that can be an Iron Man on the offensive line, it is Joe Thomas. So he can certainly rebound at that. The 49ers, are they in on Allen Robinson? It's going to be an all-out bidding war, according to reports, between the 49ers and the Chicago Bears. Jason La Canfora of CBS Sports did an in-depth write-up on some free agency storylines, and his biggest one was about the 49ers continuing to be big-time spenders in free agency, gunning for Allen Robinson. And this makes sense here, talking about the salary cap situation the 49ers are still in a fine position. They are one of the top 10 teams in terms of salary cap space. They could make a run at Allen Robinson. And a lot of people like to tie them to Jarvis Landry, and he wasn't even a good fit for San Francisco because they have Trent Taylor at the slot position. But Allen Robinson would certainly be a nice pickup. A couple of years removed from that 80 reception, 1,400-yard season where he had 14 touchdowns as well. A lot of teams are going to be in the Allen Robinson sweepstakes. And if the 49ers need a wide receiver, I think Allen Robinson is certainly the best fit to kind of fill out that void that they have. They have Pierre Garçon and Marquise Goodwin, who they just signed to an extension. So it almost indicates to me that maybe they don't want to go out and grab a wide receiver in free agency, but Allen Robinson's certainly a guy to watch out for. The 49ers are going to be very active with him. Let's get to the next headline here. The Broncos and the 49ers agreed to trade Aqib Talib, but Talib said no thanks, according to reports. So he didn't want to go to the Bay Area and play for San Francisco, and he actually threatened the Broncos / the 49ers that he would not even report to the 49ers if this trade were to go down. So after that threat, it obviously didn't happen, and the Los Angeles Rams were the beneficiaries of that. So it's interesting because this had quite a domino effect, considering the 49ers went on to sign Richard Sherman, and let's say they missed out on Sherman, the 49ers probably would have brought in Tremaine Johnson, who's still a free agent and probably not heading to the 49ers at this juncture. Regardless, it is quite clear that Aqib Talib's love of Bill Belichick and Wade Phillips could not be denied, and obviously the love for Wade Phillips won out in the end. Phillips, of course, the defensive coordinator out there in LA. We also had a trade that went down over the weekend. If you missed it, you were out on a picnic with the family, or maybe you're out to the movies or anything like that, playing golf perhaps. Danny Shelton has been dealt to the New England Patriots. So the Browns traded Shelton along with a 2018 fifth-round pick to New England in exchange for a 2019 third-round pick. And Shelton played in 46 regular season games, 45 starts, totaling 71 tackles and 1.5 sacks. He was the 2015 12th overall pick. Really hasn't lived up to the hype that he had post-college. Scheduled to earn a base salary of $2.03 million in 2018. The Patriots can also pick up his fifth-year option in 2019, which would be obviously yet to be determined for that. Shelton joins 2015 first-round pick Malcolm Brown and 7-year veteran Lawrence Guy on that interior defensive line. And look, the Patriots could certainly use some beef up front, considering they ranked 30th in rushing yards allowed per attempt last season. And oh, by the way, Alan Branch and Ricky Jean-Francois ain't coming back to that front line for New England too. So Danny Shelton headed to the Browns. Just one of the many deals that the Browns have made of late. Some news yesterday at the secondary for the Chargers. Casey Hayward has been extended. 3-year deal worth $36 million. Casey Hayward gets $20 million fully guaranteed. The number one corner, according to Pro Football Focus a year ago, and the Chargers may have, and I'm telling you, they may have the best collection of corners in the AFC. Yes, even better than Jacksonville. You got Hayward, Trevor Williams, Jason Verrett coming back from injury, and Desmond King, who had a great year at the slot. The Chargers led the entire National Football League in terms of pass breakups and interceptions total. The Jaguars did not finish inside that top 2. So Casey Hayward, a big part of that secondary for the Chargers, obviously good for LA to extend him there. DeMarco Murray's a free man, so he's visiting teams, and he will visit with the Detroit Lions today, according to Adam Schefter. Detroit returns Amir Abdullah and Theo Riddick at the running back position, but they ranked last in rushing in 2017. So Lions general manager Bob Quinn has made no secret of the team's desire to upgrade at that position, and rightfully so. The Lions have struggled to run the football, it seems, for the past 7-8 years. Could DeMarco Murray be the fit for the Detroit Lions? Let me know in the comments section which team is the best fit for DeMarco Murray. The Titans saved $6.5 million by cutting DeMarco. No dead money involved either, so the Titans kind of went out in their own way because they can usher in Derrick Henry to be their premier rusher in 2018. Meanwhile, for DeMarco, he's a free man, and we'll see where he goes. But obviously, things start off with the Detroit Lions. We are getting closer to the negotiating period in free agency, and no deal has been reported between Drew Brees and the Saints leadership. So, the speculation is, could Drew Brees head elsewhere? And Brees can officially negotiate with other teams at 12 o'clock Eastern time today. Most by this point expected an extension of some sort. I was one of those people that expected an extension with Drew Brees and the Saints. Obviously, that has not gone down, and Brees has a contract that voids on the first day of the new league year. Instead of having a $6 million hit in 2018 for the Saints for his $30 million bonus from a few years ago, the Saints would actually have an $18 million hit. Is there any chance Drew Brees leaves the Saints, guys? Give me a heart for no way, a like for you could see it happening. And if there is a team for Drew Brees to go to outside of New Orleans, perhaps the Vikings. I think the Vikings are the only logical destination here, considering they have a better, if not, I guess, an equal chance to win a Super Bowl in 2018 along with the New Orleans Saints. It wouldn't make any sense for Drew Brees to go to Arizona, go to New York and play for the Jets or anything like that. Makes most sense for me for Drew Brees to go to either Minnesota Vikings if he does leave or just remain with the New Orleans Saints. But as we stand right now, there is no deal, which is really odd, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, the biggest storyline of free agency right here, the latest on Kirk Cousins and the Kirk Cousins sweepstakes. So two teams are ready to offer 3-year, fully guaranteed deals. The Vikings are reportedly the front runners in this Kirk Cousins hunt, and apparently a decision is likely coming Wednesday or Thursday, which is pretty darn soon. Very soon. So let me know where Kirk Cousins will sign. There are so many options here. You got the Jets with a good amount of cap space. You got the Browns that have made a lot of moves. I would not count them out. You got the Vikings probably in the best position for Kirk Cousins to win a ring. And many other potential scenarios as well. You got the Denver Broncos. John Elway has been active in free agency in years past. So hit me up in the comments section here on the Cam Rogers Show. I'll be sure to answer your comments as well. All right, let's get into the final headline today. Adrian Peterson is indeed expected to get cut. This is not a surprise. The Cardinals will save $3.5 million in cap space. AP averaged 3.5 yards per carry with 2 touchdowns last season. Like, not very inspiring in his 2017 campaign. AP likely to be a free agent pretty darn soon. David Johnson returning at the running back position there. So no real need to bring back Adrian Peterson for the Arizona Cardinals. There you see the breaking news at your top of your screen. The Dolphins plan on cutting Dominique Suh, star defensive tackle for that Miami squad. Would be a big-time amount of cap savings, $17 million designated for that post-June 1st cut, so they can maximize that kind of savings there for the Miami Dolphins. We'll continue to follow this story. I'll keep you updated on Twitter at Mr. Rogers99. Get the Cam Rogers Show podcast version as well, chatsports.com/Cam Show. I'll be back here 10 o'clock Eastern Time on Wednesday. Take care, everybody.